So, hello and welcome to another video of mine, and today I'm going to show you this Philips CD618 CD player. Now this CD player used to be the original CD player, which went with these speakers and this turntable and the matching Onkyo cassette deck and matching Onkyo. Well, the Onkyo wasn't really matching with this or that. It went with the Onkyo cassette deck, and with the Onkyo cassette deck went a matching Onkyo amplifier. And my dad bought this after his first CD player, which was a Sony, failed only after about 2 years. I do not know when he bought it. It looks like late 80s, early 90s. But Dad doesn't remember when he bought it, or when he bought the Sony. But the Sony failed relatively quickly after his purchase, so he bought this one. And it has held up good service for him ever since he got the Pioneer system. And basically at the point my mom moved here and the Pioneer system replaced the Onkyo and Philips system. Well, at that point he has really stopped using hi-fi. But till that point it gave him good service. Now afterwards it sat in the basement for the last 10 or for 14 years. And if you're wondering what happened to the rest of the Onkyo system, I do not know what happened to the cassette deck, but the Onkyo amplifier to this day is still in use in a small factory hall, which is being owned by the friend of my dad, and he still uses it to play music, and it still works. Unfortunately, he, for some reason or another, doesn't want to take a photo of it for me. But, you know, if he doesn't want to, then he doesn't have to. It's just kind of disappointing. But anyway, going back to topic here. Let's take a look at the features. It has a power switch. Now I actually took this apart because it's not fully working. The gear, which drives the door, has completely cracked apart inside. And I think Philips did that on purpose, that the gear breaks and you buy a new player. However, replacement parts are being sold, and I'm thinking about getting a replacement gear so that I can fix it up, and then I have a purpose for this on my 1980s Nico system. So that is probably something I'm going to do. And yeah, this thing is relatively low end. The only real feature it has is bitstream conversion, and I'm kind of with these bitstream and pulse flow and everything. It's just, I have the feeling it's more or less just marketing, but I don't know. It's more or less low end, not good quality. That is plastic, that is plastic. Whole thing is plastic. And it only has I think that's a coax connector, but I'm not too sure. This is a signal. I think it's a, oh man, what am I doing? I can't read anything. RC5 in out, I don't know what that is. I think that's like to connect it up to a matching system. But yeah, it only has that output, whereas the Pioneer has a splitter for Toslink or optical, however you want to call it, connector on it. Now I don't use it because this amplifier doesn't have it, and I dislike digital, as you might know. However, I'm using a digital camera, but yeah, that's just because I actually don't have an analog camera. Anyway, that's just because I gotta adapt to the modern times, I guess. But I more like analog, like these things. Just did a recording of the radio today. To come back, this is quite low end, but it does work. So open close. This basically doesn't do anything anymore. We have time, which switches in between the different time modes. Shuffle, which is kind of like random, it just picks a random track. Repeat, which repeats the whole song. This A-B feature is kind of interesting. I'll demonstrate later. This is the music skip. So while we're in a song, you can sort of make it sound and go through the song. Review and edit is for the programming, I think. Pause button and the scan button, which I don't know what that does. Stop, play, previous track, next track, a number pad, and C and S only gives me errors while I try to use them. So, IR sensor has remote, headphone output, it has a regulator. Now one thing I saw was kind of a joke. I'm really a fan of the squared off design. This is all squared off. It's kind of put into these different things. This is the door. This is the screen. This is the main control buttons, and now here's the extra buttons. This design is, in my opinion, a really, really nice design. And then this is the remote for it. This is such an ugly piece of technology. Like, look at how ugly it is. It's kind of not straight, and you hold it in your hand and it hurts your hand because this is sharp edges, so it's really uncomfortable in your hand. This ugly thing in the front. This remote is just a total fail to me. It's super cheap again. This door is just, you can hear it. See plastic. Well, I mean, it works, but it's awful. It really is awful. Much more like a remote like this. That's a lot better. Even though this is not too terribly squared off, but it still is somewhat, and I actually really like the design of this system. But like, this is awful. Anyway, turn on. This power switch does switch off the power entirely. And there we are. We put in one of my favorite CDs. Now, this pretends this is automatic. I still do it so that the CD player doesn't get confused on what I'm doing. And I have since removed the gear and disconnected the motor, so it doesn't make awful noises anymore. So I'm just doing that so that the logic thinks it's doing what it's supposed to do. This is one of my favorite CDs. It's Total Pass to the President. Kind of like my dad got this as a gift, and he didn't get it as a gift, but my dad always used to write his names and everything. I know where that gift parts came from, to be honest. But yeah, Total Pass to the President, and sometimes, yeah. So we'll press play. Yeah, it's a CD player. And yeah, it plays. I just like this song. That's much better. And this is kind of this feature. So if you press it once, puts a marker on there. Press it again, gives another marker, and then repeats it. So you can kind of make it skip and repeat certain parts of the song, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Now I gotta talk over this because it's copyrighted, and this is actual copyrighted stuff, and you get copyright claims because of this. Not like the cassette tape I uploaded yesterday, which in theory is a copyrighted song, but practically it's not registered to YouTube that it is copyrighted, so for nowadays you can use it. And yeah, repeats the song. Shuffle chooses a random song. Turn shuffle off and then you can turn back on. Use this headset. So yeah, shuffles through the music, and this is a sort of skip. And so here's a mechanism and they're freaking out when it's supposed to go really fast. Yeah, you can pause it. Yeah, you can press play. It's not like the pause on here where I press pause, but you can press pause again and it starts playing. And yeah, if you press C, you get an error, but it continues to play. S is the same. Scan, it starts to go to track 1. And it plays as normal. So I don't understand what's going on with that. Still normal mode. See, some things, I know that's not messed up, that's not how it's supposed to do it. And yeah, you can enter tracks as it uses saw, you can just press it. Then we'll automatically skip to it. And yeah, I think that is it. Did I forget anything? Let's think. No, I think I did not forget anything. And yeah, review edit is to set the tracks. If you, for example, are recording on a cassette tape and you want to rearrange the tracks so that they fit better on the tape, or you just don't like certain tracks, you can do that. And yeah, this is the Philips CD618 compact disc player, and I actually would have forgotten something. This operation of the remote. you actually press play, it replays the song. Pause, play. Number pad on here works. And you can see on this one, you can't do the track thing. If you hold it down, it just goes to the next track. Repeat, scan, shuffle, which chooses a random track again. Go next, you see what I was doing there. But yeah, it's a pretty decent CD player, but quality-wise, it definitely is not high quality. I mean, you know, this amp with, I think, 50 watts RMS per channel, so 4 times 50 watts weighs less than an amplifier from 1980, which has 20 watts on 4 channels, so that gotta mean something. But this stuff, even this stuff, is better quality than this. But even this thing and that and the amplifier from 1980 are better quality than anything you would get nowadays. So yeah, I could rant about the quality of modern devices for a long time. But I gotta say, like, devices like these and like that are actually still quite good quality. But if you're looking into modern hi-fi and it isn't this audiophile stuff, you're basically lost. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd like to see you, well, in my next video. And now we're gonna zoom into one of my favorite display types, vacuum fluorescent, and this one actually still is super bright.